Good evening. I know I'm a few minutes early. I'll sit and wait. Oh, I hope everybody's doing well tonight. I don't know if anybody's here. Oh, nobody viewing. Okay. Ah. I should have probably waited for a different day, but I didn't even think about everybody might be out and about on Friday night. Hey, SNS. So me and Kiddo were out at uh, Lake just talking and stuff, and we got back to the car. And as I'm backing out, I hear a horn, so I stopped. Well, apparently somebody decided that they wanted to pull in behind me as I'm backing up, and I hit them at like 5 miles an hour at the most. You want some steak? Um, on the 28th, I'm making prime rib again if you want to show up. And so I got home and I talked with Geico, and they said, you need to go down and get pictures. And he kept asking for my information. And when I said, well, I need your information too, he goes, I'll file it. I'll file it. And he wouldn't give me the information. And he he wasn't tall, but he was very wide. And I asked him, are you in the Navy? And he goes, yes, I am. And oh, okay. And he goes, but we need to focus on the accident. I do, believe it or not, even when she's being an absolute pain in the ass. She is the one that helped me with my anger, um, because when they first got here, God, I was angry back then. It's hard to believe she's only been here 6 years. But she was talking with her mom one day and didn't realize I was standing around corner and said, he's angry all the time. No, you're not interrupting. I'm just rambling. And I talked with Kel and Jenny and I talked to the VA, and they said, yeah, we've got all sorts of classes for PTSD, and you don't even have to come in. We can do them um, on the computer. And I'm like, okay. So I've been doing life management skills for probably a year now. And my counselor suggested anger management also. So I took that class and I'm in the second pass through now. And um, they also said if I was interested, there was a peer support class that I could be part of that was over the computer. And what I was 5 or 6 years ago was a raging asshole. And because I learned how to get on top of my anger and deal with it, and that I did not want to be that asshole anymore, I changed. And she actually likes going out and about with me. She says it's fun because she gets away from the women. And Kel and Jenny, if she stays in the house, they always want her doing this and this and this and this. And she goes, all I do is chores for them. You at least want to talk to me and take me out, and you listen to me. And I'm like, yeah. She's writing stories and she tells me about different parts of Star Wars. And I'm just like, uh-huh, uh-huh. And she asked me one day, you really aren't into Star Wars that much, are you? And I said, no. I watched 4, 5, and 6, and after that I stopped watching. And she's like, oh, well, as long as you know some of what I'm talking about, bep, 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 bep. And she goes up again and starts talking. I had to shave last May because I was getting a CPAP. And so all of this is from May 30th until now. And Kel was asking me if I was thinking of getting it trimmed up. And I'm like, part of me thinks about getting it trimmed. Part of me, oh, hell no. The, it's funny because I never thought that I would change a lot for anyone. And after Jenny and Rebecca got here, I noticed that um, I was more willing to listen and talk and that than I had ever been. And Rebecca was like, well, you listen to me and you actually talk. And she's got ADHD and she's got Asperger's. And she knows I have Asperger's too. And she's like, how do you keep that under control? And each day is different. And if I start to get to the point where just things are too overwhelming, I'll walk off for a while. But I've always come back and talk to her again. And she's like, Mom and Kel don't understand half the stuff I talk about, whereas you do. And I really didn't want to burst her bubble and say, half the shit you talk about, I don't understand, but I listen. And she's like, oh, well, and right now she's going in with the crazy face. Okay. Oh, somebody was asking me if I ever was going to work again, and I'm like, no, I do enough work around here all the time. And in fact, my last doses of my antibiotics, and then Wednesday I go and get my butt cut open to get those cysts taken out. Makes sitting really, really interesting at times. So yeah, I backed into somebody and found out he's a Navy SEAL. And I called my insurance and I showed them the pictures and stuff. And what they said was the guy said you zipped backwards and slammed into him. No. If I had slammed into him, half my back end of my car would be dented in. As it is, I've got a 1 inch scratch in the paint and that's it. And she's like, that doesn't make sense with what he reported. So I have a funny feeling somebody's in trouble. I wasn't even thinking about tonight was Friday and everybody's probably. I am getting to the point where I tolerate the world now, but I don't like being around crowds. And they're asking me if I will go down to farmers market in May, and I'm like, no, I have no interest in going down to the farmers market in May. Sometimes the world needs to be hated. Sometimes it just doesn't give a shit. And this is my left-handed tobacco. I don't know. I look at what I've gone through the past in all my life, and it's like I never thought I'd end up in the spot I'm in, but I'm happy I'm here. Um, I can't have kids, and so I never thought I would actually have a kid, and now I've got a kid I'm raising, and it's I don't like to tell her, well, you've got to do things this way. I will not do that to her. If she wants to do things, I'll say, well, okay, find out how to do it and find out the best way to do it, and then let me know. And she'll come back a while later and go, well, I have to do this, this, and this. Well, are you willing to do that? No. This is Kel behind me.
Hi.
SNS is in the thing. He hates the world and he's drunk and high right now.
Oh, God. Who's all on?
SNS.
That's it?
Yeah. You're probably one of the only people that's actually seen a picture of Kel. Yeah, she is.
What?
He says you're beautiful.
Thanks. I'm having a bad hair day.
Believe it or not, at one time she was the terror of the Marines. And now she's
The terror of chaos.
a lot mellower.
I haven't shot
No, you're
anybody
not
in
an
20
ass,
years.
brother. You're just in a lot of pain. There's a difference. Yeah, the truth is sometimes people don't want to hear it. Sometimes they want to hear it. Sometimes they don't want to hear it as bluntly as it's spoken. But I would rather tell somebody the truth than to pump sunshine because I don't want people pumping sunshine at me. I want, if I'm doing things wrong, tell me. I really want to know if others see me doing stuff wrong. Oh, yeah, she was a devil dog for 6 years. But according to military records, women did not serve in Iraq.
Well, sure.
Mhm. I like how the military sanitizes things to what they think it should be. Oh, you want to Kel's devil pups?
Except for 5.
Yeah, that entire stretch over there, I try not to remember a lot of the stuff that happened with it. I mean, there was some good moments, but a lot of it was stupidity that the only reason we were there was to make Bush money. Yeah, I wiped out a 24-year career in one night with a very simple phrase. And I don't regret a moment of what I told her because the person I was then was heading for serious pain and death. And without Hillary ending my career, I'd be dead. There's still people that talk about what they heard that night every now and then, and I'm like, yeah, I know who said that, and they're like, what? I said, I know who told her that night. Oh man, you were there? No, I said it. Oh shit. She asked my blunt, honest opinion of her. And very simply, I said, as far as I'm concerned and what I think, you're a fat, lying cow. And the whole fucking state dinner went dead silent.
Honey, you shouldn't talk about that.
Oh, that was a long time ago, and I'm not him anymore.
Did you post your link and Kicks Head Down?
No, but I told him I was going live.
Post your link.
Okay. Oh. And he's gone.
He left.
His uncle killed his carrier.
What?
His uncle cut his internet. There he is. Oh. Welcome back.
Where does he live?
I can ask him offline.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand that one. I very rarely mention anything from that time. And if I ran into that whole group of people, the only thing I would say now instead of being angry is thank you. Because of that night, I was able to take my life apart and rebuild it and actually become a decent person. Hmm. My neck is still giving me trouble tonight.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be on here for about 5 more minutes and then I'm going to drop the live for tonight. I just have to remember Friday nights are bad to go live on. No. My uncles actually saved my life. They pulled me out of my dad's house and got me set up in the direction I was going instead of the one that I was heading in. And because of them, I actually had a career for a long time. But my dad is the biggest reason why we'll never go back to Minnesota. Um, I I simply don't trust myself to be in his presence. Thank you. I'm gonna drop Stream SNS and go talk with Kellen Game for a little bit before I tuck in a while. I hope you have a great evening. I'll see everybody later. Bye for now.